Ladies and gentlemen.
$8:20, and I'm starting my trip up to Black Elk Peak, and should take me about 4 or 5 hours. This will be the most ambitious hike I've done ever, I guess. So we shall see how it goes. Black Elk Range Trails. And I'm going to take the trail number 9 right here and go up to Black Elk Peak, 7,242 feet. Here we go. Brought my sticks with me, but I think we probably won't need them for a while yet, so I've got them hung around my neck. It's pretty cold. Well, for a Florida boy anyway. The temperature on my car said it was 40 when I left. I debated on wearing a heavier jacket, but I figured with all this walking uphill, I'll be generating some heat pretty soon. So, we shall see. Okay. Starting to get into some of the rocks. Okay, well, that was quite the ordeal, getting out of that jacket and finding a place to stow it. I didn't think about that when I was packing my backpack. I had a empty zipper section, but the jacket was a little too bulky, so it's sticking out. I just hope it doesn't fall out in the trail somewhere and I don't hear it. Anyway, it feels much less restrictive and a little cooler. Here's a tip. Dress in layers, but make sure you have plenty of place to stow your layers once you take them off. I settled on this backpack because it does have several zipper sections for organization, and I can carry 2 extra bottles of water. It's 1.5 liters. And I've got a half a liter Gatorade in my back pocket. So I think I'm fixed for fluids and some snacks and things. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. I'm making it. Trying to anyway.
Warming up a bit.
Yeah. Had to break out of my jacket. It was way too hot.
Yeah.
The trail is marked by these waypoints, and it'll say trail number 9 here at the top, and arrows obviously. There's a more rustic trail over here, which no thank you, I'm not taking that today. I'm going to stay on the more established trail, and that's the way we're going to go. Black Elk Wilderness, and that's where we're hiking today, this green section here. We started, I keep saying we, I, and the other people on the trail, started here at Sylvan Lake, and so far gotten up here to the edge of the wilderness, about a mile or so. And Black Elk Peak is here. So I've got that far to go. And back. The whole thing's about 6 or 7 miles, I think. So it's distance-wise, it's doable. My only concern is the elevations. I'm not really accustomed to that. But if nothing else, it's a beautiful trail. So I guess it's time to get started again. Here we go. Okay. Looks like we're coming up to an observation point, which is also a good time to take a break. Wow. I can't get over this place. It's just so beautiful. I didn't bring my still camera with me. I wished I had from a wood standpoint, but I didn't want to have to deal with the weight. So video will have to do. Get over here to the edge without falling in. Oh my gosh, look at that. These spires are what they call needles. Made out of granite, mostly. People are so nice. I just had somebody offer to take a selfie of these, which was handy since I didn't want to fall off the mountain here. So, okay. Enough lollygagging. I think I'll get started again. Somebody did point out the peak. I don't know if this will show, but it's right. If you come along that ridge line, there's a little piece right kind of 3/4 of the way in or 2/3 of the way in that looks man-made, and that is where I'm headed. Seems like a long way to me, but we're gonna give her a shot. Wandering off on some other random path, and I got to thinking, this doesn't look as well developed as the path I was on. And sure enough, it was the wrong path. So this guy had to come by trail running. I'm not sure I would have picked up on that, but I figured he looks like he knows what he's doing. So for every uphill in life, there must be a downhill, and vice versa. Now, we're trying to get to the highest peak from the Rockies eastward till, I think I read somewhere, the Pyrenees in Spain. So going downhill is not productive as far as I'm concerned, but obviously I didn't make this trail, so somebody did that knows what they're doing. I was just thinking on the trip on the way back, I have to climb this. So most of it's going to be downhill, so I will have definitely gotten my workout before the end of the day, that's for sure. Okay, little footbridge. So we're at the bottom of some little valley, I guess. A stream going by. You know what that means? It means you gotta go up. Oh boy. That's pretty nice. Look at this opening here. Thanks. Better. Looks like a face with the chin jutting out there towards the top. Okay, this is not good. Let's see. Hopefully, it looks pretty steady. 1, 2, 3, up, Simba. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, I think as soon as I find a nice flat rock that's about chair height, I'm gonna stop and get a bottle of water out of the backpack. Make sure I got everything stowed properly. I have a feeling there'll be something up here ahead. Maybe not. Right in between the V, and if you look really close, and you may have to zoom in, I don't know, that is the fire tower, which is where we're going. Now, from this perspective, it looks like it's not as high, but I think it's because these two mountains here are closer to us, so they appear to be higher. But anyway, it's still a ways off, so better get back at it. Okay, well, we are leaving Custer State Park. I just checked my phone to see what time it was. It looks like I've been on the trail here for about an hour and 20 minutes. So, I don't know. My pace isn't nearly as fast as most people. So, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm not even halfway to the peak. And then I've got to turn around and do all this in reverse. So, it's going to be a long day. We're entering Black Elk Wilderness, Black Hills National Forest. Very, very rocky here, a lot of loose rocks. So, I have to be careful where I step so the feet don't slide out from under me. I think we might be able to get a view of the peak here in a minute. With this camera, I don't know, the wide angle lens look like a bazillion miles away, but that's the thing with distance in the mountains, is that you can be a mile away from something, but it'll take you 20 miles to get there. Because you have to go back and forth and up and down and around and about. So, realize I'm not getting a whole lot of my face in this video. It's mostly me narrating and looking straight ahead with the camera. You know, because I've got it mounted on a bracket here on my chest rig. Just had a couple stop by and asked me if I was going to the peak, and I said, well, that's the plan. We'll find out whether it works or not. He said, well, it's only about a quarter of a mile away. So he acted like he knew. I hope so. Quarter mile sounds, even if it's, you know, pretty steep, quarter mile is not very far. So we will give it a shot. Just finishing up my little Cheez-It break here. So we'll get back on the road in a minute. Breakfast of champions. Okay, this came from down there, through here, and more of the same. So, at least these steps aren't too tough. I hope I didn't jinx myself by saying that. These sticks are coming in big time handy, as you can see almost. But ass over tea kettle there. More steps. Check the side over here. I have a fly that has decided I need company. So you may hear him buzzing around my head. Stop to take my long sleeve off. It's just getting too hot. So I'm down my base layer t-shirt. It's a thin one. I can't take any more off than that. So it is what it is. Glad I didn't have the camera on for that. I just took a spill. So these steps are a little more than the legs will allow. So I'm trying to go to the sides here. Oh goodness. Fortunately, no injury, and nobody saw me, so that's a plus. Otherwise, it'd be pretty embarrassing. I think it's a good place to take a break. I'm just going to pass by a guy who, I'm guessing he's probably in his late 50s or 60s. He may even be as old as I am. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I think he's part mountain goat or something, because he just kept on trucking. I think he's done this one before. We didn't really chat very much, other than to say hello. Okay, my other camera died, but I was smart enough this time to bring a second camera, and hopefully it is fully charged and has enough space. So I'm sitting here taking a break. I don't know how far I am from the peak. They keep saying it's pretty close. But I've come this far. I got to go all the way. I'm beginning to think I should call this the "What Was I Thinking" tour. In for a penny, in for a pound, as I say. So after a break, I'll start up again. I just met a really nice couple and had a long conversation with them while I was taking a break. And they forgot to say where they said they were from, but they had been to Florida, Everglades, and we were talking about alligators and whatnot. So I suggested next time they go to Orlando Wetlands and Lake Papa. Hi.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Thank you, sir.
No strokes yet.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if this is going to be the last trail.
Yeah. Everybody's so nice here. And the beauty is I have all day, so I don't have to rush. Well, that was unsightly, embarrassing. Let's see if I can stand up. At least I didn't fall off the mountain. Out and talked to my jackrabbit friend. And I asked him how far to the top, and he said, oh, about half a mile. I've been hearing about a half a mile for the past mile and a half, so I don't know how accurate that is. Seems to be never ending. I mean, I know it's not Everest or anything, but come on. Give us a little break here. These are the steps that give me trouble. I have to lean forward, compensate for my pack so that it doesn't pull me backwards. Let's see. Step here. It's very awkward. Yeah.
No, you don't. You have to circle.
Would it kill them to put in an escalator?
Yeah. How about a moving walkway?
Yeah.
They're nice, huh?
Just keeps going up. Okay. Those are the cathedral spires. There's a separate trail that goes over that way. But if I get done with this trail and make it back down without dying, I think that's the extent of my hike in this trip. I think I have severely overestimated my abilities. But, well, that's how you find out. Onward and upward. Okay, getting close to the top. Took another spill. Scraped up my arm. Just battle scars. Hey, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good. Passed several people going the other way that I let pass me on the way up since I'm taking my time. And they all say it's about 5 minutes away, so. I'm really kind of questioning my choices here. But I gotta finish. I'm so close. So slow, watch my step, try not to fall. Not necessarily in that order. Pretty amazing. Oh, here comes somebody. I think I'll stay right here.
Doing great, almost there.
All right. I can say I did it.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know whether it's worth it or not. I can say it anyway. Thanks. Stock only, hit trail, foot traffic only. That'd be me. So this is the way to go. Left, right, left, right. You step aside so you get by.
How you doing?
I'm making it.
There you go. This is beautiful, huh?
It is something else.
God sure knew what he was doing.
Absolutely. This is crazy. I was still trying to figure out how to negotiate this without falling backward.
Not easy.
No, it's not.
Some people left their backpacks and just walked to the top.
Yeah, that might have been a good idea. Is this the trail?
You're
Okay.
almost there.
Yeah, I've heard that for the last mile. There's a independent movie called Mile, Mile and a Half. And that comes from hikers who say, or not really hikers, how much longer is it? Oh, it's a mile, mile and a half. It's like 5 miles. So, yeah.
Oh, you go ahead.
I'm taking a break.
You're almost there.
Yeah.
He says that's what we all say.
Seems like you're almost there for a while.
I've been hearing that for the last mile and a half.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The other side it's true. You can actually just about see it.
Yeah.
The tower.
Crazy to think that they built a tower.
Yeah.
Crazy to think somebody had to climb this all the time to get to
They
it.
did it. It was a civilian conservation corps,
Yeah.
which is not surprising, but they seem to be able to do anything.
Actual steps. Window with a view, and more importantly, shade is something I can lean against, which is what I'm going to do. One more push. This is where I stopped for a break. Catch my breath. Try to lower my heartbeat a little bit. And then we go up those stairs. And up those stairs. And I think there's a catwalk somewhere, which I can't see yet, so. the challenge continues. Okay, put the sticks away so I can grab a hold of the rocks and the handles here. There's some honest to goodness steps at regulation, I might add, so the steps aren't overextended. If you're heights, this is a little challenge. I don't, but some do. If you look down, that could get to you a little bit. More steps. It's always steps. Okay. Nice view. I think we're getting close to the top. Here we go. This handrail's a little short. I think I'm gonna go back to the sticks. Rest up. Okay. Almost there. That's the tower.
You made it.
I probably should walk up to the tower. I'm not ready yet. My legs are still jelly. Seems to be the photo point anyway.
This is my contact picture for Randy.
Okay. This took the watch 4 hours to come up. That's a little slower than average, but that's my speed. I don't know if it'll be any faster going down because some of those spots are pretty steep. So we shall see. I've planned the entire day anyway. So. I'm taking all the breaks I can get.
You got that right.
We'll be able to walk tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, I'll let you go so I can take a rest.
Yeah.
My heart's beating a mile a minute.
Grab this rock and catch some shade too. You know, when they built this, it was built by the CCC, the Conservation Corps. And that, during the Depression, that put a lot of people to work. People who otherwise wouldn't have had a job. And they built a lot of the national parks, facilities and trails, and carried this rock, put it in place. So I'd say, all in all, they did a pretty good job. The going up is more strenuous, but this is, I think, more fraught with danger. because you're having to lean forward to step down in a lot of cases. Well, it took me 4 hours to come up, so I think it's going to take at least 4 hours to get back down, maybe longer. Because I'll have to take some time on some of these sketchy footfalls. You know, if I get back home without any major injuries, I think I will thank God and my lucky stars, and I won't do anything foolish like this again. I mean, I'll still hike. I'll still hike on some mountain trails, but this is, you gotta be part goat to do this. He said as he fell down. Okay, turn this off. Okay. Banged up the knee a little bit. But, it's still working. I think I'm relying a little too much on these sticks. I don't know what else to do. Hey, come on.
Thank you very much, sir.
Sure.
You have a wonderful day.
If I get home in one piece, I'll be happy. Hey. And stepping up is one thing, but stepping down is another thing altogether, especially when your knees are tired and your legs are tired. So I'm just taking several breaks along the way, about every 10-15 minutes. Let my heart rate get back down and give my legs a break. So hopefully I'm about halfway. At least that's what I think. And my flies have multiplied. I've got probably a couple dozen of them flying around me, so I'm the Lord of the Flies, whatever that is. So anyway, better get back at it. Well, we're less than a mile, I think, from the end. And I was really on fumes. Not so much trouble breathing, but my heart rate was high, and I've run out of water. And then I came across these lovely people from Minnesota, and talked to them for a little bit, and then the gentleman offered to pray with me, and I said I'd certainly appreciate that, so we did. And I feel rejuvenated a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to run any race, but I feel like I can somehow make it now. It was getting pretty dire. So, don't doubt the power of prayer. Oh, taking another break. A lot of people checking on me as they go by, and I've been lying to them, telling them I'm fine. I'm not fine. I am down to probably 8 ounces of water. I've drank all the Gatorade. I'm not really worried about food at the moment. because I'm not hungry. I'm a little concerned about getting dehydrated. I wish I knew how much longer. That would help me prepare, but I'll just do the best I can. Well, I'm happy to report I'm back to my car, and I've got some fluids in me, and had a banana and some crackers. And all I can say is I'm so fortunate to have the kindness of strangers on the trail. There were two couples that prayed with me, and one couple there towards the end refused to let me walk in by myself, so we all kind of walked very slowly to the last 500-600 yards to the parking area, and he's even got my phone number. He's going to call me and check on me tonight and make sure I'm okay. I tell you, that's just, I don't know what to say. But anyway, love your neighbor. I'm a very lucky guy. Have a great day.